How many Stanley Cups can an all-M team win in a row? Let's find out. The letter M has to be, if not the most dominant letter in all of hockey. Today, we built a super team of all the players, starting with the letter M. Our first line is Brad Marchand, Connor McDavid, and Nathan MacKinnon. Our second line, Kenny Malkin, Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner. Third line, Marcia So, JT Miller, Anthony Mantha. And our fourth line, this is our worst possible line, Dawson Mercer, Jared McCann, and Andrew Mangiapane. And defensively, we have Charlie McAvoy, Cale Makar on the first line, Josh Morrissey, Ryan McDonough on the second line, Jake Muzzin, and Alec Martinez on the third line. And unsurprisingly in net, Jacob Markstrom and Elvis Merzlikins. And our goal today is to see how many Stanley Cups this team can win in a row. But the team is a 97 overall, so we should be able to do some damage in the league, win at least 3 Stanley Cups in a row. That is my goal. We'll see how that goes. The EA Sim engine is always weird, and we're going to test its limits today. Year number 1, we finished with a 48-29-5 record, 101 points, first in the Central Division, but not first in the NHL. That honor would go to the Edmonton Oilers. Point leader on the team is Nathan MacKinnon with 95. And McDavid had 91, 79 for Marchand, 77 for Matthews, then drops all the way down to 59 for Malkin, 58 for Marner, 54 for Makar, 46 for Miller, 40 for McAvoy, and rounding out the top 10 is Marchand with 34. And Austin Matthews led in goals with 40, Marchand had 39, McKinnon with 36, McDavid with 33, Marner 20, Miller 17, Marchand 16, Malkin 15, Mercer 14, and Mangiapane also 14. Apparently we need a third line because I'm looking at our stats, minus 21 from Marchand, minus 27 for Miller, and minus 27 for Mantha. That line is not connecting. As far as goaltending, an 8.99 save percentage and a 2.72 goals against average, 4 shutouts, 41 wins for Markstrom, and Merzlikins only 7 wins, but only playing 15 games. An 8.89 save percentage, so not much worse than Markstrom, only 1 shutout and a 3.21 goals against average. Merzlikins also getting 1 assist for 1 point on the season. We are facing the St. Louis Blues in our first round of the playoffs, in our first year of the playoffs. Let's start off strong. We do not start off strong at all. We're down 2-1. The 3-2 overtime win in game number 2, but other than that, 2 1-goal losses. We have to come back in game number 4. Luckily, we do with a 4-0 win, tying the series. Game number 5, super important, and is a 6-1 win. So we're 1 win away from moving on from St. Louis, and we do get it done. A scary start, but no problem. We win the game, or the series, excuse me, in 6 games. Then move on to play Colorado, which we should probably be scared of, but I think we'll be fine. I mean, we have the best team, obviously not the best possible team ever, but our team's pretty dang good if you ask me. Apparently not good enough because we lose 3 games in a row to Colorado with this 97 overall team unless we can reverse sweep. I'm gonna fancy sim. Hold on to your horses. I'm fancy simming. We actually might lose in the second round. Does anyone have a degree in EA science? Because I really want to know how the simulations work. Like, how do they determine who wins? It's clearly not overall based at all, which I get it, because then obviously the higher overall team would just win every time. But like, there's got to be something. It doesn't make any sense. First period, no score. Second period, 2-1 Avalanche. And our fourth line is the only person that scored in Dawson Mercer. I should have moved him up to the third line. I almost did. Mitch Marner ties the game. And then Gerard takes their lead right back. Well, this is fantastic. And then we tie it again. Matthews, thank you. I don't want to watch an overtime right now. I'm not going to lie. But we're going to have to, because no score to end the game, and we are tied. We're going to overtime. This is their Nathan MacKinnon. Magna. No! Okay, we're fine. Everything's okay. Yeah, saw nothing. I think Gandalf yelled, "You shall not pass" on the goal line, because that looked like it probably should have went in, but we're not going to worry about it. We're not out yet. Marner, please. Matthews, you got it. You are Austin Matthews. You have shock and awe. You are supposed to be one of the best shooters in the league, and you can't bury that. But Mitch Marner buries that, and we live to see another day. And that was only game 5 of the second round, so we might be in for a long haul in the playoffs. Game number 6, or we can just get eliminated right here because we're already down 2-0. Do bring it back. JT Miller scoring, making it a 1-goal game. We need a goal. We need a goal right now. Right here, right now. Or Nachushkin can score, and we can just go home. And we're actually going to lose in the second round with a 97 overall team. I mean, it is to Colorado, to be fair. My game plan is move the team to the East and see how good we do. Because in the West, we can't even win 1 Stanley Cup in a row. We are officially eliminated. All of that overtime pressure just to lose in the next game. That sucks. And unsurprisingly, the Colorado Avalanche are your Stanley Cup champions. I also just looked and we won 0 awards, and Charlie McAvoy on Boston won the award. Not our Charlie McAvoy, the real one on Boston. Ours apparently isn't good enough. Since we lost in the first year, my game plan is moving the team to the East and seeing how many Stanley Cups we can win there. We finished with a 54-22-6 record in year number 2 in the East with 114 points. Still not first in the NHL. The Avalanche ruining our plans once again. 115 points. Didn't had the most points with 88. McDavid had 83. Matthews had 78. Marner had 70. 69 for Malkin. 62 for Marchand. 56 for Makar. 44 for McAvoy. 42 for Miller. And rounding out the top 10 is Mangiapane with 46. Matthews and McDavid both had 39 goals to lead the team. 29 for McKinnon. 27 for Malkin. 24 for Marchand. 18 for Mangiapane. 17 for Miller. 16 for Mantha. 13 for Marner. And 12 for McCann. A 916 save percentage and a 2.43 goals against average for Markstrom. 36 wins and 58 games played, 8 shutouts, so he might win the Vezina. He also had 2 assists, 1 assist from Merzlikins, with a 912 save percentage, 2.48 goals against average, 1 shutout, and 18 wins and 29 games played. We perform in the playoffs, starting against the Detroit Red Wings. It's a win, which is exactly what I want to see to complete the sweep. There it is, 4-0 series win. We move on to face the Tampa Bay Lightning, which will probably be a very big task for us. Let's see how it goes. It's a win, and a win once again, so never mind. I guess we're just going to dominate in the East. There it is, 8-0, 2 series wins, no problem. And somehow, the Columbus Blue Jackets made it to the finals, and we're already up 3-0. Are we going to sweep the whole playoffs after? No, we're not. Columbus ruined my dreams. Never mind. And I see Calgary beat the Avalanche, and that's who we're playing in the Stanley Cup Finals as we win the series 4-1 against Columbus. 1 series away from our first Stanley Cup. First 3 games against Calgary are a win, and a win. Our only loss in the playoffs coming to Columbus before game 4, where Calgary beats us. We get reverse swept. I don't know what to say. Doesn't happen. A 9-1 win. The sim engine makes 0 sense as we lose in the second round last season and then dominate the playoffs this time around. I guess Colorado's just our kryptonite. I want to show the playoff stats, and then I'm going to speed run through all the seasons, just focusing on winning the Stanley Cups. But Connor McDavid didn't lead the team in goals, 13 for Matthews, but did lead the team in points with 26. McKinnon had 23, Marner had 22, Matthews had 21, Marchand had 20, Malkin had 17, 14 for Mangiapane, 12 for Makar, 11 for Miller, and 9 for Marchand. And goals is Matthews with 13, Marchand, McDavid had 9, Marner had 8, Mangiapane had 7, McKinnon had 6, Marchand and McCann had 5, and then Malkin had 4 with Mercer dropping 3. We gotta have won awards, right? Come on. McKinnon and Makar, but not ours. No. McDavid, the Conn Smythe. Obviously, we had to win that. McDavid takes home the Conn Smythe. We didn't get the Vezina. That went to Vasilevsky. The only award we won was the Conn Smythe, because the real Matthews won the Maurice Richard, the real McKinnon won the Art Ross and the Hart, and then the real Makar won the James Norris. Now it's the serious pans. We're literally only focusing on winning the cups for the rest of the video, so I'm going to sim the season, show you our record, and we're going to go straight into the playoffs, and we're going to keep going until we lose. Hopefully, we can last decently long. Quest for back-to-back Stanley Cups starts now. 58-21-3 record in the regular season. I believe we were first in the NHL for the first time. Hopefully that doesn't mean we get the President's Trophy curse for facing Boston in the first round. First 3 games, 3-2-1. Rip it. We lose, we win, we win. Okay, good. I was going to say, we're going to get swept now, aren't we? Just because we won the President's Trophy. It is tied 2-2 after 4 games. So game 5 is super important and is luckily a win. We have 2 chances to put away Boston. We do get it done in game number 6. Facing the Tampa Bay Lightning once again in round number 2. And we take a 2-1 lead against them as well. Game number 4, also a win, so we're 1 win away. And we get it done. We're facing Columbus again. What is this? Apparently, the simulation works pretty well because we're getting the exact same opponents every time. Is it just going to go the same way? Up 3-1. 1 game away. We do not get it done. So Columbus trying to raise some kind of comeback, and they force game 7. Okay. And Columbus jumps out with a 1-0 lead, but we do tie it up. We go into the third period, tied 1-1. Next goal could easily win the game and win the series to move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Are we going to have to do overtime? We finally won one watching. It is happening. Game 7, Conference Finals, overtime. I'm not going to watch it. That's right. Uno reverse card. I mean, it's going to be really awkward if we don't win. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I didn't watch it. Look how long it's lasting. Oh, they get a power play, and we score on their power play. Somehow, some way, a shorthanded goal by Evgeny Malkin to push us to the Stanley Cup Finals. It's going to be real awkward if we lose to Anaheim now, because I said it was a free win, but I believe it should be a really free win. We're up 3-0, and there it is. A sweep of Anaheim, and our back-to-back Stanley Cups are now a reality. Give you a quick glimpse of the stats. Matthews led the team in goals with 16 and in points with 24. Miller also getting 24 points and 10 goals, so a good performance from him. Quick glance at awards. Our Makar finally winning an award, winning the Norris. Conn Smythe going to Mr. Matthews, but other than that, nothing else won by our guys. Going for the three-peat now, a 59-20-3 record in the regular season, 121 points. First in the NHL once again. No President's Curse here, or President's Trophy Curse. This time we're starting with Columbus, and we've beaten them every time, but they were our toughest challenge yet. Moving up 2-1 against them this time around. 3-1, so we're one game away from moving on to the second round. They do take Game 5 3-1, so we should be a little bit nervous. But luckily, a 4-2 win in Game 6 sends us to the second round, where we face for the third year in a row the Tampa Bay Lightning. 3-2-1, first 3 games against Tampa are a win. I mean, at this rate, I don't think we can be stopped. We're going to lose the first season, but then we're going to win every single other season by the looks of things. We got the Toronto Maple Leafs in the conference finals. We haven't faced them yet, that I remember. Doesn't matter. We're up 2-1. Game number 4. Also a win, 4-3. So we have 3 chances to put away Toronto, and we get it done on our first try. We're either facing St. Louis or Calgary in the Stanley Cup finals, and it is the St. Louis Blues. Repeat is looking mighty fine. We are only up 2-1, but I'm not too scared. And I'm very much not scared. Up 3-1 now, but they do take Game 5. Poking back a little bit, they need Game 6. And they do get Game 6. I was going to say they need Game 6, or it doesn't matter. They get it done. We're at Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals. Period number 1, tied 1-1. Torpachenko and Connor McDavid, the goal scorers. Period number 2, the St. Louis Blues fire on strong, up 4-2. That is not exactly what I wanted to see. Just like that, we're watching the third period. If we cannot score 2 goals, it's over. Mantha gets one early, though, so we have plenty of time to get the last goal, and we get it done. Nathan MacKinnon ties the game, and just when it looked bleak, we're coming back, baby. Is it going to go to overtime? It's not! Tarasenko with potentially the dagger. 5 minutes remaining. 3. They tie it. Nathan MacKinnon with 2 minutes remaining. And then Josh Morrissey, and then they tied it! What just happened? That might be the craziest simulation. What? I'm going in. We're jumping in. It's the end of the game. No, I'm playing. Go back out. I can't play. Has to be. What just happened? I was gonna jump in to watch the celebration. Also, don't mind how terrible these jerseys look. I made them in like 2 minutes. I look like the guy from Curious George. We're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Game 7. Overtime. Not necessarily overtime yet. There's still 14 seconds. That was the craziest sequence of simming I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't even get a chance to breathe. With 2:23 remaining, MacKinnon tied the game. With 58 seconds remaining, Josh Morrissey gave us the lead. But with 14 minutes remaining, and by 14 minutes, I mean 14 seconds, Braden Shen buries. Dude, if St. Louis wins, I'm literally just ending the video immediately. It's over. Buchnevich. Tarasenko. To O'Reilly. Back to Tarasenko. To Buchnevich. No!